work. We're gonna start a new game. Angry with my most recent creation, and it's working really well after a lot of tweaks. We go back a bit. Content manager. We're not gonna play with unlimited money. Still won't fix terrible traffic. So let's look at these mods. And we just recently re-added a bunch of mods, so here we go. Hard mode never. Fine road anarchy. It's really good for building stuff. Hopefully we won't crash. I had a problem with some mods a while back. Some of these mods are really useful. You should have them in the real world. And do. Unlimited money, like I said. Let's see. Okay, this is a really good one. Asset-wise, they're fine. I got a few parks and a few roads with bike lanes and stuff. I do try to build ecologically sound creations. So we're gonna go with a new game, and I'm gonna choose a map I haven't done before now. I like to do different maps. I'm not a fan of disasters, so we're just going to build casually. That's a nice map. That's a really nice map, but we're gonna try to pick something a little different than usual. That one was arcane. So we have the sunset. We have all of the DLC, so we have plenty to work with. What I'm really looking for is something that we can start with farming after the... I never really like that one. Lavender Lake? No. I'm going to try to look for something that's... what's the word? A lot less... Got a good vista in the background, but isn't too hilly. I'm not a fan of really hilly areas. I like... say that I'm a cheat. I like it flat. I hate to say that. I love it flat. What are you doing? Shout out to No Copyright Sounds for their music as usual. We're gonna rolling that one through Spotify. I have a $15 a month subscription, but this is mostly because I play music in the car for people when they ride with me. So I think we're gonna go with Northwood Hills, and we're going to call it Northwood Hills. Custom map, we have none. We care not for any. Oh, I didn't even look at. Alright, here we go. What I've noticed is we also have the real-time mod, which will allows us to have real-time traffic. Traffic manager, mostly because we're going to turn off that spawning thing because it really makes things interesting. Now, unlike everyone else who does this, I will probably hit the despawning tool if we get a GM that just will not give up. I noticed that the AI is kind of on the dumb side. Beyond dumb. It doesn't matter how strict it is, you still wind up with these jams that won't stop. So, we're starting with the usual amount of cash. I have day and night turned off. Alright. So, this looks like this is going to require management for a while. We're pretty much almost going to want to build over here. Mostly because I want to use this farmland later, and I don't want to destroy it. So we're going to plan ahead in advance. Alright, we have all the roads available, because we technically should have all the roads available. Okay. This tool's always buggy. No, we don't want a highway ramp, we want a highway. Hello. having the same problem with that again. Alright, we're not doing it. So what I wanna do is, while I can't really afford a highway, we're gonna use a dirt road. Haha. It is cheap. It is entirely possible to build an interstate with just one-way tools. Like I said, we really would like to plan ahead. And since I technically don't have available such a thing as why do you gotta be so difficult? Alright. Alright, there we go. Undo it is a great tool. And there are freeways out there that are, you know, iffy. And yes, I've actually gotten a Megaopolis on vanilla, so. Okay, we're hemorrhaging money already. We can't be doing that.
JPB, it's only right, baby. Yeah, why you mad? I got a bag, bro. Name hot in these streets, no Tabasco. But I'm so stuck.
And if you don't like the music, just let me know. Be more than happy to play something else. This Taylor Pop list is dance pop hits, copyrighted by Free Music by No Copyright Sounds. So I don't really care for the song, but it's missing that beat track that I abhor so much. Okay, so we are ready to go across the water. So we're currently, yeah, I have mods, all kinds of stuff. What we really want right now is we want to throw this one way on there. I don't lie to these women. If I want them, then I tell them. Don't get fly for these women. I was born with these propellers. All my haters cannot beat me, so admittedly, it's a 2-lane highway. At least it's one direction. We will pick it up later. But for now, for a small town, that's more than enough. Now it wants to be difficult. Alright. Connector at the end. There we go. We have traffic manager. We're going to turn that off. What we're going to do is turn this up to highway level. Later it'll work out. There we go. Issue resolved. Now I'm interstate. Next up, we're gonna build our very own, our very own interstate connector. We're gonna get it and build ourselves an on your on ramp. Terrible spot. And I'm gonna raise this up until we can literally get it over. Cannot get it over, so I've actually found that, let's see, 11 meters, so that's 33 feet up, so it should be plenty. There we go. There we go. There we go. Much better. Now for the fun bit. We don't get highways for a while, and I kind of want to try not to. So this is based off of one of my favorite assets, and this asset makes the whole on-ramp, 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 off-ramp thing very useful. Not perfect, never. I've been noticing lately that sometimes the on and off ramps don't make any sense when you're on the interstate. None whatsoever. And I do see a lot of interstate. What this is? Are you kidding me? No, no. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Still don't have still don't have my anarchy tool. Okay. And we have Dog letting us know that people are moving around. Change the angle, and there we go, a standard handmade doo-wop for those of you who do a lot of vanilla without mods. PlayStation, you know who you are. So we've got this at meters. You'll have steps in the, you'll have steps normally. So now that this is done, we are ready for, you know, other things. This will be a small town right off the edge. So, to be cheap, we're gonna do this. Pick a side. We can have some fishing industry over here. I really don't like having industry right near the water. So we're going to have industry over here, and we're going to do the new town thing. We're going to grid it out. We're just going to make something basic here, and we're going to take our money back too. For now, that'll work. And having all of the mods is sometimes problematic. There is a mod out there that allows you to have, you know, no wires for electricity, but we're gonna skip that right now. And what I'm hoping right now is that we have good wind power. Because it's always really helpful. So we're gonna want to put that there. Okay. It's actually better than we're gonna do terrible things to the water. And I'm sitting here hoping, because I am the last city that I did, I literally wound up sucking so much water for the city that we literally had the unhappiness of pumping water. That was dirty from the pollutants of the and yeah, that was just from drainage. It was terrible. It was absolutely horrible. So now we have about 14,000 left to build enough roads. Takes quite a bit to get a city out of debt, because it's the first thing that happens. These little towns go into debt almost immediately if you aren't careful. So right now, one of the things we need to worry about is ensuring that we have power before we need power. And then after that, we'll build roads, and it'll be good. Just slap that down over there. Alright. And then we also have to make sure there's water. It's really expensive, so. Alright. Got a few roads we can put in there. I don't really like living over by the interstate. Just gonna put that out there. Right now, we gotta And when you have large roads, it's best to go 6. That way you get good maximization. This will make sense later when we actually have interstate zoned. The other one is people don't really want to live near the wind tunnel. Inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the traffic control, it's usually really nice to have prepared yourself for later, for zoning, like the wind tunnels will probably be moved. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard. Oh, for the love of God. Really? Okay, fine. Oh, let's get the mess out of this we can. Everything needs water. Everything there has water. Get 5,000 left. And there we go. Any other building right now? We might not be able to put a bridge in. Let's see. There we go. Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight. All right, we'll worry about that later. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, plan ahead. We know that we're gonna put industrial, we're gonna put commercial right there. Based on research and watching city planners play, we know that now the best way to force everything, well, is to not have all this zone, but I'm gonna eat breakfast. Oh yeah, did I mention that we're gonna tank? It's always good to prepare for that. We can go without having max money for water for a while. Well, come on. We have enough power to run this city. We don't want to run it. It's too much. But keeping it low. We're gonna shoot for not having a bailout today. No bailout, no bailout. Northwood Hills has begun to grow. We won't need to struggle for power or water for a bit. I try to build sustainably, and sometimes it works. Sometimes you wind up with dirty stuff all over the place. There we go.
We spent our days on the coast of something beautiful. We got pulled into the tide of something real. Somehow I lost you on the way. I assumed you left me behind.
By having perfect industrial ready, we still don't have enough industrial. This is something to keep small. It's really interesting until you have high density anything. You can manage traffic almost without problem.
I was waiting on the day you would come back to me, hoping that I didn't burn a bridge I couldn't see. Now that you're by my side again, I'll never leave.
And yay, we're turning a profit. City's actually making money. Most of our, the only thing we know is only these guys are happy. Alright. Much as I would love to check our population, I can see that the fact that we need more industrial. And there we go. Blammo. New dog in the background, of course. Alright. So we have a choice between health. Ooh. Ow, small town health. Yay. It's gonna cost us 10 grand. Before we even slap it down, we're gonna put it down here at 50%. Education can pretty much go there. We're not a very big place. Yeah, we have more than enough of more than enough. We're small enough that we should be able to get away with the recycling center. Like I said, I'm always trying to... What we're gonna do is we're gonna blam, take those guys out. But the most important thing to lay in here right now is a school. Kind of weird. Most important thing in this neighborhood, or for the game that is a school. Where to put it? Let's put it right there. Not bad. see. Wait this out a little bit. Really interesting is that the industrial eventually just tanks. It actually slows down after a while. We're just gonna put some stuff right here. Maybe not there. It's a little too close to the freeway. I've seen businesses right next to freeways and it's really terrible. It's terribly hard to get back into traffic when you're leaving those gas stations. The noise pollution is a problem.
I just want a bag, like an old lady. I'm backwoods smoking, I don't own papers, past that 808. That shit a dome shake.
We're gonna
Oh, bitch, you know I'm grinding like a
take the reduction.
baby mama bugging, I'm so quick to hit ignore. Buku bitches in my bed, I got scales all on my floor. I got money on the line, plus I'm clocking that galore. I got bitches kissing bitches, all them bitches go explore. I'm feeling way up, well fuck it, I stay up. Put your bitch on my Snapchat, when I fuck up I make her. She want a chance with me, cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a dick but I never get feelings.
Okay, we can actually get by with this by raising the amount of money we're spending on electricity. I've noticed that coal power after a while eventually stops coming in properly. And it can immediately affect communities.
Watch a little bit, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand am I putting, put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a pussy, your panties get tooken. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas.
Wow, we're just not gonna be able to play this. It's just not politically correct. No, we're gonna have to find some new music. Let's. Because that was just a little rude. We'll try their 2019. No copyright sounds. See how that works out, because wow, that got a little out there, and I'm trying to be friendly.
It's a tug of war, battling to keep my sanity. Say no more, say no more. I love you, but I can't keep killing me. I look at myself, I wonder why you don't recognize who.
We're gonna put a school there or something.
What do I do? Pick up the pieces and go.
So we're literally going to be moving our electric around.
Lock away your lust, I don't need it. Throw away your love, it's unrequited. You don't deceive me, I see through smoke screen. Throw away your love.
The goal here is eventually we're going to move this out someplace a little less cramped. But as I said earlier, we were saving this area down here for farming. We now no longer need to pay for that.
You can try all you want, but you can't change me.
So we're officially dismantling our wind turbine, and putting them back together elsewhere. Check to make we still have connections, because that can really that was quick. So we do need to give in and put in our stock offices. Probably call that one Lakeside, why not? Lakeside Clinic. Riverside. There we go. So we have used fire and police. We have no crime, but we're definitely in strong need of fire department. Excuse me. Right. So we are going to take a little bit of money here and begin this process. The process is really about giving the townspeople access to the work without having to go on the interstate. And have access to trash. Most importantly, trash. And we're going to use this mod. And we're going to limit We're going to keep trucks from just rolling over this into the residential area. I do have fun with the guides. You can turn them off, but if you're trying to make something straight. See this works. See how this works. Alright, there we go. Here we go.
Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer.
I like the newer stations. I mean, I do have options. I can probably go download something. We're just gonna slap this puppy right on the corner and give it good access, and then go broke. Don't need that much. We don't need that much police right now. It is a small town. We need them? Yes. But as soon as the cop car goes by, we're good. So I'm gonna improve the neighborhood just a little bit. It might be easier to go ahead and put that collector down. Because it is going to be a thing. Right now the town has one access road, one access to the interstate. We can afford those, we just can't afford that other stuff. These people decent road. Probably move the police station. Really? Oh, there it is. Firehouse. If we don't like it, we can move it. There we go.
Oh, you came and tucked your way into my heart. Oh, you look at me
Good to plan your traffic in advance, and even the best laid traffic roadways does not account for large surges of development. So now let's find out what will make things better besides education. So they want to increase the value of the land around them. Okay. Sometimes just using a road will work. Oh good, they're happy. And this increases the population without actually requiring any zoning. I'm gonna ask the question of the day. That mod does not work, obviously. I have to remove it. Might as well just use this instead. I believe in making sure that we have every reason for this place to be capable of transporting around without a car. Get to work.
Over your skin, you can see it be intoxicating energy. First time in so long, you felt the heat evaporating your bindings. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like
Well, I would love to increase the value of your land, but we currently cannot make parks. However, we do have something. Do we have the money for it? We can put down statue of shopping.
Take it all back, hate the things that you said. Cause I wish you didn't mean it. Under attack, running far, far away. And I'd rather keep my distance from you. You don't gotta lie to me to get through. Push and pull me off into the deep. And let's pretend that nothing ever happened on that night. I regret my confession, I shouldn't have spoke. Cause you didn't feel the same way about me. And it's eating me alive all of the time. So
Can do that.
distance from you. You don't gotta lie to me to get through. Push and pull me off into the deep. And let's pretend that nothing ever happened on that night.
We're gonna take the hit. Do it. So we're gonna be good for a little bit. Not really interested in plugging more money into that right now. Terrible mayor, very terrible. So calculating. In time, we're gonna work towards having cleaner stuff. That's gonna be terrible later on. Getting that cleaned up all the way to the ocean. So we already own that, so up towards the city, up towards the coast. I will take that. Our goal is to go that way. Or that way. Whichever's closest.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Here we go. Start working on that topography thing. I love epic music. So cool.
I think the girls with their nails done now.
sometimes like to make a community around an industry. I might have lied earlier. Maybe we'll do our industry here. But I see it going to hell in a hazmat. Because somewhere around along the line, industry gets the better of you. Every time. It gets the better of everything. So we're going to plan our town area. We're going to say that's going to be our planned industry based on the city. Alright, we need to make sure that this is what it's supposed to be. So now we're going to work on setting up a neighborhood now that we've taken into account most of the elevational changes. Looks like we haven't. So, begin by doing things like that. Thanks for interesting communities, of course. Following. This allows us to take advantage of the topography while at the same time creating some visual interest up here, as well as some properties that would normally... Oh hell no, we're not doing that. Nope, that's not gonna work. So we might have been a little faux here by starting a community right off of an arterial. Secondary entrance. Going to just have to deal with that gap.
Yeah, my life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you frowning, see you looking down and out. Coming to me crying, saying you miss having me around. Gave you chances and you blew it, you so easily.
And I've driven in enough neighborhoods with arterial, with asset roads to attest that in general they're not really very busy, unless you're rolling down a road that's about, you know, goes highway speed of like 30. And a lot of developers try to make interesting roads and stuff for people to drive on. Sometimes those roads make absolutely no sense, and when you're looking at this city on Google Maps, it's really, some of them are really ugly. You know, the roads are ugly. I mean, in other ones you can see where they're trying to do something interesting, like there's a road, there's a neighborhood with no outlet, where in the middle there is literally, it circles around a neighborhood and then circles around another one, and another one where the roundabout will have a road around it with houses. It's visually, it's interesting to, you know, when you're looking, you know, from the map view, you know, looking at the map and you're like, alright. I see what they're doing here, but really? There is some other way to do this. So we're going to pretend right now that we're not going to build a road over there at some point, but we probably will. But currently, we need to probably raise our educational budget. Because that will slow a neighborhood down here faster than anything. I'll raise this up just a tad. We're going to run this at full power and try and opt for such beautiful things as we have no power. What was I thinking? Okay, I wasn't thinking. But on the bright side, we see these all the time. And where I live and where I used to live, have these things just right through a neighborhood at some point. So for the moment, I'm gonna grid out this neighborhood. Yes, we really do have a very high need, so I'm gonna do it. We're about to lose our commercial. That's fantastic. So we're gonna go over here and turn off the guidelines because, of course, oh my god, get this thing connected before we lose our businesses. And there we go. We're building our farming community. Probably not gonna put too much money into the educational system up here and have people go right to work. You know how that is. Gotta have that. And this is where I started screaming because I totally didn't see that. But we're going to start doing terrible things like last minute zoning for solar self-sufficient buildings, which I wish most cities would probably get around to enforcing, you know, incrementally, a little kickback in the beginning. This is going to gut us, but luckily we started this really early. So it's going to gut us real fast, and it's going to take a minute. And then we're looking at, we have 43 grand. And that means that we can go coal, or we can stay as clean as we can. And we're going to go clean. I prefer to stay clean. Alright. Producing just enough power. Not ideal. But we'll get around to other things and we'll start turning off the solar power, the solar turbines, unless we can get some in the water. That'll be nice. If we can get the ones in the water, we can phase out these other ones. The ones in the water look so much nicer. And it's getting to be almost quitting time here because I gotta take people to work. Not that you care, but this is the casual roll through. Still don't have any parks. Still don't have high schools. And our budget is up, but we are gonna be low on schools. So our rural community here that has no power. We're gonna drop a school in here somewhere. Interesting. Probably right about here because we're gonna try to keep residential business, the commercial area noise down. And we're back to needing power here. We'll get that in there. There we go. We are not connected still. Okay, here we go. And we'll at least have our commercial for a while. 1 o'clock in the morning, so no one's building anything. We're going to get rid of that little ugliness of a bridge that we don't really need. Gonna leave alone. Some of these areas will probably wind up with a park at some point. See what we can do. Right, we are going to turn our industry down below. It's going to kill us, but we are going to start depolluting our industrial area. And we're going to have them do something way better for the environment. So, we're going to go with some trees. This is going to look terrible for a while, but it'll be much better than admitting that you're... There we go. And we need to watch our power, so we need to make sure we have power carry through. Alright, there we go. We're going to improve the soil contents and go green. I admit we're going to go ugly somewhere else, but I like to not have that kind of nastiness near a city. I used to live across the street from, you know, light industrial and industrial businesses. It was really ugly. In the last 20 years, they developed that entire area into condominiums and shops and cool places to eat. And another 2 hours of game time. we should have a great view of everything that we need. Once we have enough industry, we will begin to gain a population over here in Sheffield Heights. We're gonna call it Sherwood Forest because, you know, we're gonna grow trees here. And while we're at it, we should probably ask them to use less electricity. We are a solar city, and let's not, you know. Now this is a completely different affair. If I depopulated this, we would be so... I would run out of money almost instantly. So what happens is that you take a section and then turn that into what you need, and once it's repopulated, you move the zone. You move the district area until the entire area is up to the same code. It's a game mechanic. I know in real life it'd be a lot more different. Look at that. We are almost completely back up to few areas of... So we're actually going to improve the roads over here. Nothing like having a semi trying to get stuff out of it. Yeah, let's not do that. And in a matter of time, the trees in this area will... Oh, they're already looking good. Well, anyway, the ground around will improve. Now that we have enough money, we really need to add more garbage processing. Blam, there we go. Of course, the game just gets all in the way and makes me put it in the wrong place. It's a terrible place for garbage processing, considering the fact that they should be broken up. But this town, a town that recycles, reuses. Now let's see what we can do about the... Nope. We're not capable of any city policy. We'll look at our traffic. Well, we're a tiny town and we have new perks, we have policies, we have new roads, certain roads we can use, we can do we can manage quays, and we have parks. Most importantly, we have parks. Parks are important. People like parks, even if they don't go to parks, like me. I like looking at parks when I go by, and I like a nice looking park. There's something rejuvenating about it. But we've been here for an hour and 20 minutes, and this is Norwood Hills. Eventually, we will plan on building quays when we have more money, when we're flush. But for an hour and 23 minutes, and not just starting out, having played Even though we have some mods available, we're not using the really cool mods like no power lines. You do have to plumb for water. So this is our city. Get around to this the Rockwood shopping district. Or cliffside. No matter what you think.
And let's go.
I think I should have saved. Anyway, that's it today. Nanu nanu. See you next time.